Okay, my friends. So we are definitely going to use Sheets to do this for us. So in your Google Sheet, we're in here right now. Go over to the and Beyond tab, which is it's the same data you already had. I just took out some of the stuff you didn't need. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add a column C, predicted value. We'll try to spell that right too. Predicted value. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use the equation that Sheets gave us, which is the $100 times 1.21 raised to the power of that trade number. Now, that sounds ridiculous, but Sheets can make quick work of it. So back to the sheet, we're going to go to this first cell here, equals 100 times 1.21 to the trade number power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here, and that will copy in that that trade number. And now, oh, look at that. It's actually, it's agreeing with it. It's going to suggested autofill. I'm not going to do that because some of y'all, I don't think, get that suggestion. I swear I don't know how Sheets decides to put that suggestion in. So I'm just going to turn it off. Now let's look carefully what we're getting. This is the predicted value that the best fit curve assumes. You know what? Real quick, let's just do this. Let me insert the scatter plot real quick here, just so we can compare it. Okay, insert chart. It's probably not going to be right. It's not. I'll put a scatter plot on. Okay, so there's the chart you saw earlier. Okay, now the very first value that Demi got was $10. Well, this one's predicting 121, so it's predicting too high. But the idea is, when you look at the trend curve that you ended up getting, let me add it to the one. I'm going to add it to the one that you got on here. All right. When you look at that, it fits it really, really nicely, right? So, but when you track this line back, or this curve back all the way over there, it's a little hard to see. But let's zoom in on it here if we can see it. You see how that line is above the point? Well, it's hard to know how far above, but when you back out a little tiny bit more, you can see that this first tick mark is $2,500. That's a lot of space between these two things, which is why that 121, which is 12 times bigger than 10, looks so close down here, right? They're not really close, but because the scale's so big, they appear to be really close. Okay, now, the beauty of this formula up here is that we can now drag it down, and we can get the predicted values all the way down. And I'm going to do it all the way down to 23. Those numbers that you see right there would be, oh, you know what? Let's just add those to this scatter plot. There we go. We pull the curve up here. So the blue points you see are the ones that Demi actually got, the value she actually got. The red points that are connected by that trend curve that you see right there are the ones that are on that equation. So you can see that those red ones follow very, very nicely. Now, are they different than the ones she got? Yeah, because the spreadsheet is trying to average the behavior of the data using one single curve, not letting it bounce around like it's doing. Okay, now we don't need the curve for the rest of these. We can now check your answers in the previous 3 questions by adding trade 24. We don't have to add a value gotten, because when I read this article, she hadn't gotten past trade 23, but we can drag down this one to the predicted value on trade 24. We can also add 25, and we can drag the predicted value down to 25. I'm not sure why I'm whispering. Let's talk louder. And then we can drag 25 to 26. I don't know why I did that. Type 26, Sean, silly boy, and drag the formula down. And what's really happening, dear friends, is, let's look at that model again real quick, the equation of these models. That 1.21 means that as you go from one value to the other, it's picking up 21% of the previous value and ending with the next value. So $146 is 21% more than 121. 177 is 21% more than 146. 14,204 is 21% more than 11,739. Now, we are nowhere near the value of a Bend house yet. but that's what we're going to do in the last few questions here. Go check them out.